What's going on YouTube? Chris back with another video. Today we're going to be checking out the Apple iPhone 12 mini. Now, before you start commenting down below how I'm a trader and all this and that, hear me out. As you know, I'm an Android loyalist. I have been using Android ever since I got my first smartphone. But at the same time, as a tech reviewer, I need to be able to inform users and provide feedback to those that might be interested in purchasing a smartphone. And without bias, I want to be able to be educated, and as well as being able to provide information to you all and friends, family, and the like, of all options. So if someone is an iPhone user, I want to at least be able to inform them, hey, if you're an iPhone user, is, let's say, this device right for them? And likewise, I've never used an iPhone outside of borrowing maybe a friend's or my wife's iPhone to use, but this is going to be my first attempt in actually maybe switching to during a review period, and who knows, but we'll see. But we have the 12 mini. I did pick this up through Verizon, so I am working on switching to carriers at the same time. So we have the green color in 256 gig. So they have down to 64 gigs up to 256. So those are your storage variants to start. This specific model, retail unlocked, would be $800. So keep that in mind. I also will keep that in mind as well when I conduct my full review. As you all know, there's been lots of controversy on Apple actually not including a charger in the box. But that is a completely different topic for a different day, so I'm not going to get into that. So this is a really tiny package. Most Android phones are bigger than this packaging, so it is quite interesting to have such a small box, and that just really tells you how small the phone is going to be. And I want a smaller phone. As you know, I've been using the Pixel 5, and I enjoy it because of the small compact form factor, and that's something I've just absolutely loved. I've been using the Pixel 4 for almost a year, so small phones for the past year plus have been my go-to. Very easy box to open up. There we have it. And I picked the green. I was torn really between the green, the blue, and the red because I just like unique colors. And the green I've really enjoyed, kind of like minty pastel colors as of recent. Even back to the Next Bit Robin. I love that color scheme, and that's why I went with this green model here. I really like this color. That is a nice, pretty color, but we'll get into that in just a moment. And in terms of packaging, designed by Apple in California, not made in California, obviously. And you have your standard Lightning to USB-C cable. So this is important because, one, yes, you'll need to buy potentially a Type-C wall plug, so that way you can utilize the 20-watt fast charging. We'll get into that later as well. But with this phone itself, this is a mint green for sure. I like this color. I didn't want the blue. I saw some reviews, some videos. I spent a lot of time debating on this. The blue just wasn't the right color blue on the back. I wish it was the same color blue on the frame, and the same with the red. It wasn't quite what I was wanting. But this green, I think, is unique, and I don't think many people will have it. I like to be unique with my smartphones. So let's go over this device. This is a nice throwback for Apple to go back to this nice squared off design, back dating to like I think the iPhone 4S, that time frame many years ago. So on the back we have two camera sensors, one being a 12 megapixel f1.2 wide angle, so your standard lens, and the other is also a 12 megapixel, that is a f2.4, and that's an ultra wide sensor. So pretty much similar setup to that of the Pixel 5. So I'm going to be used to that wide angle lens now that I've been using the Pixel 5 to take photos quite often. That's nice to see. I've already gone over the storage. It does have 4 gigs of RAM. We can't really compare apples to oranges in terms of Android versus Apple for RAM, but Apple is able to get away with less RAM usage in their OS. Internally, we have quite a small battery, to say the least. It is 2,227 milliamp hours. Now, compared to that of, let's say, the Pixel 5, we're almost looking at a 2,000 milliamp hour difference just in sheer battery size. So that is concerning for just daily usability, but who knows, maybe real world experience will be different. So on the right hand side, you have a large power button. You have some antenna lines, as well as the millimeter wave antenna for Verizon. And then on the left hand side, you have your SIM card slot, your volume up and down, and then the alert switch. Nice and tactile right there. Same with the buttons. So let's go ahead and peel this plastic off. And here we are greeted with the front glass. So Apple is using this new type of glass on the front. It's called the ceramic shield, incorporating ceramic and glass kind of into the one to make it more scratch resistant, but I kind of doubt it. But on the front, we have a small 5.4 inch display at 1080p. Now there's no special 90 hertz, 120 hertz refresh rate, so it's still running at standard 60 hertz, but this is an Retina OLED display. I'm sure it is going to look great. It does support Dolby Vision, so OLED, you get those dark blacks. We still have your front kind of Face ID up here for unlocking the device, as well as a 12 megapixel front facing camera. On the bottom, you do have your speaker. There is a mic hole down here and a lightning port, as you would expect. Let's go ahead and get this turned on. Now, as I mentioned, I am switching from Verizon, so my setup process might be slightly different because of that. So just bear that in mind. Here we are turning it on. Now, one thing that I really loved when I heard that the 12 mini here was practically going to be the same exact thing as the 12 to 12 Pro in terms of its overall performance. They use the same Bionic chip, just like as the 12, 12 Pro, 12 Pro Max. And that's the Apple A14 Bionic. It's running on a 5 nanometer die, which means it's very efficient, but also the A14 is extremely powerful. Hexa-core processor, so 6 cores, and also a 4-core GPU, all in this tiny package. The bezels here, on the other hand, are thick, relatively speaking, compared to something like the Pixel 5, which are in their own sense kind of small. So comparing the Pixel 5 bezels to that of the iPhone 12 mini, you can see the mini's bezels are a good bit larger. There's also a difference that the 12 mini is completely flat, whereas the Pixel 5, although flat, has a 2.5D edge here. So there is going to be a little bit a difference in that regard. Of course, on the 12 mini, you have this huge forehead for the sensors, Face ID, front camera, all that, whereas on the Pixel 5, you just have a tiny pinhole for the front-facing camera. But even the Pixel 5 is big compared to this 12 mini, and just it's very interesting just how these two feel, the difference in feel. So I have not had an Apple account or used an Apple account since I want to say the first or second generation iPod Touch, back in high school. So I'm going to get logged in. I'm going to try and sign in and see about how I can transfer apps from my Pixel 5 to the 12 mini. So we'll be right back. Well, everyone, that was a very short-lived excitement to this unboxing. I'm working on moving to iOS using the app on Android and having moved my contacts, text messages, and photos, videos for the camera roll. We have a wait time of 8.5 hours. Well, I was not expecting that. I cannot bypass this. I can't continue setting up for using the iPhone until this is done. That's disappointing. So, in 8 hours, I will be back to finish the rest of the setup of the iPhone. All right, YouTube, we are back. And I am happy to actually say that it did not take, in fact, 8 to 10 hours to transfer everything. It took about maybe hour and a half at most. In the meantime, I did go ahead and install a tempered glass screen protector, which you can probably now see. I have gone ahead and done a video on that. You can check that video out right here. That is the AM Film Glass Tempered Glass Screen Protector. I'll leave the link down in the description where you can pick that up on Amazon as well. But in the meantime, transfer is complete. Let's continue setting this up. And of course, now I got to set up, enter my Apple ID, and I'll be right back once again. All right, everyone, we are now finally into iOS here on the iPhone 12 mini. Now, unfortunately, it seems like none of my contacts transferred over because of the fact I go into my text messages and no contacts are there, which, as you can see, nothing's here. So I'm gonna have to work on trying to import contacts from Google, since that's where everything is backed up to, but all my pictures are here, which I could have saved a lot of time by not transferring pictures and videos. I might delete them since I'll be using Google Photos anyways. But overall, I have enabled dark mode. Now again, this is extremely new to me, so bear with me if I look ridiculous trying to navigate the OS. If we go into system settings, finishing up setting iPhone, I can do that later, not a problem. Control settings, I'll play around with some of these. It'll be interesting to get used to the swipe back gestures and all that. It seems like so far nothing in that regard is new. But overall, I mean, I like the size of this. Everything seems really smooth. So here is the camera, and we'll just take a quick shot. Since we do have ultra wide angle lens, we can be pretty close to the object and take a photo perfectly with ease. Here are all our settings. Let's take a look at our front facing camera. But nonetheless, guys, I will take a lot of time to get through this setup process, and I can already tell you it is going to be very frustrating. Obviously, none of my passwords are saved onto Apple. Nothing is here. So finally, Chrome and Google Photos are here, which I'll be able to sign into. But I'll work on trying to do that. In the meantime, if you guys have questions on the iPhone 12 mini, feel free to let me know down below. I'll definitely do my best to report back any findings, what I like about it. Stay tuned for a full review on this in the coming weeks. I'm going to say it's going to be a while because of just how unfamiliar I am with iOS, let alone setting up this device like I want to. It's going to be a chore, I can already tell you that. I have gone ahead and showcased some cases for the 12 mini in this video up here. Those cases were provided by Soupcase, so definitely recommend checking out that video so you can get an idea what sort of cases are available for this. So what I am going to be doing is rocking this Soupcase mint green color style case, and this green style case will look nice with the green iPhone 12 mini. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care.